Speeds between about 30 to 40 miles per hour, gusting upwards of 50 miles per hour. Hence, there is a wind advisory active for the entire area. And then the chill settles in. We top out around 58 degrees. Temperatures are falling throughout the day. There's an extreme cold warning, a freeze warning, and a cold weather advisory active for the overnight into Sunday morning. I'm XFN 8 meteorologist Juliana Mejia.
Another shutdown. I'm Deborah Valentine, Fox News. A partial government shutdown's underway despite the Senate passing a spending deal Democrats and President Trump had agreed to earlier this week. Fox's Chad Pergram explains from Capitol Hill.
It is a partial shutdown. That's because the Senate changed what the House passed last week. The Senate approved 5 spending bills, but Democrats insisted on holding up the DHS bill. They wanted changes at ICE. The Senate broke off the DHS bill and sent the rest of the package back to the House. That triggers a shutdown until at least Monday night. Now, House Speaker Mike Johnson implored Republicans to vote yes on Monday. That would end the shutdown after 70 hours. But DHS is only funded for 2 weeks.
It's unclear how many House members will support the revised package. The spending package also includes funding for the Department of State, Health and Human Services, Transportation, and Housing and Urban Development, among others. President Trump picks a new nominee to head the Federal Reserve.
President Trump nominating his new Fed chair, former Fed Governor Kevin Warsh, without a commitment to cut interest rates, despite the pressure campaign to do just that on his soon-to-be predecessor, Jerome Powell.
I don't want to ask him that question. I think it's inappropriate, probably would be allowed. But I want to keep it nice and pure. But he certainly wants to cut rates. I've been watching him for a long time.
Warsh got the job despite his own hawkish history of rate hikes in the wake of the 2008 housing crisis. The president says it shouldn't be a problem. Getting Warsh into position got one vote harder, with Republican Senator Tom Tillis withholding his support, saying, quote, "The Department of Justice continues to pursue a criminal investigation that no reasonable person could construe as possessing criminal intent."
Fox's Jackie Heinrich reporting from the White House. Current Chair Jerome Powell's term expires May 15th. America's listening to Fox News.
Hi, I'm Benny Jr. with Bartow Ford. Everyone has heard me speak about going the wrong way. But let me be clear. The wrong way means the wrong way of doing business. This includes gimmicks, games, and unfulfilled promises. Tactics you will never ever find at Bartow Ford. For over 73 years, we've been doing business the right way. So on your next purchase, don't go the wrong way. Come to Bartow Ford and see why we're different, and we prove it.
Listening to the free iHeart app. Thanks to Farrah and Farrah. It's never been easier to send your opinions directly to your favorite show. The red microphone and the internet. Farrah and Farrah. If you've been interested, hit up Farrah right now.
Hey, Tampa Bay, just thought you might want to know that right now at Mazda of Clearwater, you can drive off in a new Mazda with 0 down and 0% APR or 0 payments for 90 days during their annual New Year's New Ways to Save sales event. Nothing due at signing, and your choice of 0% APR or no payments until May 2026. It's worth your time to make the drive over the bridge to Clearwater. Come see why I love
Following is a commercial program paid for by Real Animals Fishing. The opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WFLA AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeart.
Welcome to the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show, your weekly voyage into Florida fishing. Presented by Hubbard's Marina, hosted by Captain Mike Anderson and Captain Dylan Hubbard.
Tampa Bay, Captain Dylan Hubbard here for the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show, talking fishing this morning. Hopefully you guys are ready for a great time and a good show on this potentially blustery. Actually, it's not potentially.
No, there's no potential to it.
It's definitely potential.
Can we get to the weather so we can do a snowcast?
It is going to be crazy today, right?
Dude, like, when was the last time? I mean, not in our lifetimes, right?
No, I mean, the last time, I think it was in the late 80s, like 86.
Okay, so that was my lifetime.
Somewhere in there. Yeah, it's...
Way to call me a boomer.
Well, I didn't do it intentionally.
So I am old, and when I was born, my mom took me out. That was the 77 blizzard in January.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was like January 19th. So I was like 3 weeks old. My mom took me out to show me snow, as though I have any recollection of that. But I have experienced this before, just don't.
Yeah.
My memory bank's wiped clean.
It is going to be pretty crazy. The snow thing, I think, has gotten blown up.
I think so, too.
It's funny because, like, I was talking to Mike from Mike's Weather page about it. It's during hurricane season. If you, like, show one of those errant tracks or one of those strong models,
everybody loses their mind. And like, people, how dare you?
Yeah, you're hyping. Oh, I can't believe you would say something like that or mislead people. But this snow thing, I mean, the highest chance I've seen for Pinellas County is in the teens. It is a extremely low chance. Now, granted, it is pretty crazy to have even the slightest chance of snow.
Yeah, like it's
worth
once in a
talking
decade event, like to have the chance.
Yeah, exactly.
If it does actually happen, like
pretty wild.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
if you're asking me, like if you could go on Kalshi or FanDuel and bet on snow, Travis doesn't think it's going to happen.
For Pinellas, I think it's definitely going to snow, and
I don't think it's going to happen.
There's higher chances. Like I think it's Hernando Beach area. Some of the areas I was looking at, maybe a little north of Hernando Beach, but like coastal up there in like Citrus County area, Sumter.
Yeah, where Stacy is, like Brooksville area.
Yeah,
like I was like, are we all going up north to Stacy's place for snow day?
There was like 30% chance, and that's still low, but that is more significant, and I think possible. So it's definitely going to be interesting. I think the snow, I mean, not snow, but ice chances, because what was that, 2 days ago? I woke up and I'm driving my daughter to school. It was Wednesday morning, and there's ice, frost on all the cars and roofs in my neighborhood. So definitely, it's going to be one of those nights I'm going to intentionally turn on my sprinklers because I want to see some icicles.
Behind the scenes, like we don't usually talk about stuff. Like when I get here, we're usually kind of quiet because we don't want to like waste our bullets talking about stuff ahead of time. We were talking about the weather before this. Where I live inland, low of 25 for more than 4 hours. Like they're talking hard freeze type stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be epically cold.
Yeah. Do you know what a smut pot is?
No. What is that?
A smut pot is what you used to light to keep groves warm.
Oh, yeah, like the diesel thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have those.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know it was called that.
Yeah, that's what
I own one.
people used to like that. That was like kind of a thing. Like when I was a kid, like you had to go help your friends that had groves, or you know, your dad, your family had groves. Like you were out there, lighting stuff up.
Yeah, that's what we're busy doing today for sure. It's going to get, what people don't realize is you might be outside right now and what are they talking about? Because ironically,
it's kind of balmy right now.
Today, or right now, I was talking about it with JB, our producer, this morning as he was coming in. It is actually currently at the highest temperature of the day.
It's going to drop.
Which is so weird to wake up in the morning and it still be dark before sunrise and be at the high for the day.
I had no idea how to dress today. I threw a sweatshirt on walking out the door. I took it off when I got here because it's warm inside. But it was kind of like, is it too hot for a sweatshirt? When I get out, I'll need the sweatshirt for sure.
I don't know if it's, I don't even think you're going to need it when you get out. It's going to be around mid-morning-ish, late mid-morning, 10, 11 o'clock, somewhere in that time frame. That wind's going to start picking up. And as that wind picks up, the temperature is going to fall. And it's going to continue to fall and fall and fall through the night tonight and really kind of reach peak low temperatures right there around 9, 10, 11 o'clock. So it's going to be a very blustery day. Don't get it confused. What I'm worried about and what I'm concerned with is there's a lot of people waking up this morning. It's not that bad. Yeah. It's not that windy.
I'll go out.
Let's go out in the boat.
We're channeling our inner Captain Jim Fogel right now.
Yeah, he's going to call in, and he asked last night for extra time. So I don't want to spoil his surprise, but essentially, don't let the weather fool you. It is going to be mild and not breezy. And it is going to be a pretty nice morning until it isn't.
Yeah. And do you know when it's not going to be?
It's not. It's definitely going to get nasty before the end of the Gasparilla Parade.
Yeah.
And it's going to be extremely nasty. They're calling, I'm seeing some mild or some max gusts in the upper 40s, almost reaching 50-mile-an-hour gusts.
Yeah,
7 p.m. tonight's blowing 46.
I have been
crazy.
In a duck hunt where we've got, I mean, I'm sure you've gotten caught in nasty stuff offshore or anything else, but I've been in a duck hunt in a small boat caught in this kind of stuff where we had to call it. And I was like very concerned for safety.
Yeah. It is definitely going to be an epic ride home for those who venture across Tampa Bay to make it to Gasparilla. So be very careful. And hopefully everybody can make it out there and make it home safe.
Yeah. Hey, do we have a breaking news graphic?
Of the snow?
No, of the Real Animals breaking news, because I feel like it's important at the outset to set the tone. Dylan Hubbard's wearing cowboy boots.
I've owned these for a long time.
I know.
This is not new.
But it is like I feel
you
like
just haven't seen them.
Look, dude, I've been around you a bunch. This is you wearing shoes in general is. I mean, you wear flip flops.
Touche.
But you wearing shoes in general is usually like a thing, unless you go into the gym, which you see.
Yeah.
Dude is wearing cowboy boots, and I just feel like we need a Real Animals breaking news graphic. Like somebody should interrupt the show, might come in, talking head type thing. We'd like to report that Dylan Hubbard is wearing cowboy boots.
Yeah, it's cold. You know, I'm in full winter attire over here. It's not fun. But it is what it is. We are prepared for the bad weather. The good news on the weather front is it's going to calm down pretty quickly. Monday's looking like it's going to start calming down pretty fast. Tuesday actually looks pretty good. Wednesday looks really good as well. So take advantage of that weather window. We're on a full moon weekend, so we should have some good moving tides. Hopefully that'll help kind of flush that murky water pretty quickly behind the front, and we should have some good opportunities to get out there and capitalize on hopefully some decent fishing there Tuesday, Wednesday. I would say probably Wednesday's your best day because Thursday we're expecting another front. So Wednesday will be really nice because it's the furthest from this front and it's right before the next. So I would say Tuesday's okay. Wednesday's probably best. And then we should get another little front Thursday. And potentially we're going to have a nice weekend coming up. Hopefully that'll hold true. I've seen yesterday it was forecasting another little disturbance kind of mid-weekend coming up. But right now, this morning, forecast shows this big cold front this weekend, calming down Monday, being pretty good Tuesday, great Wednesday, and then Thursday gets a little nautical, but calms down Friday for a nice weekend. So hopefully that'll hold true, and we'll get some weather windows in the mix. Remember, this weather update was brought to you by our friends over at Reese Windows and Doors. It's Florida's leading window and door company with over 50 years in business. They offer free installation on most windows and doors, and they install in just 6 weeks. They only use in-house installers, no freelance contractors, and their work comes with a double lifetime warranty, which means you never pay for a warranty when you sell your home, and that warranty transfers to new owners, adding value to your home. Visit reesewindows.com for more information. So, weather is definitely something to talk about today. Gale warning, small craft warning, frost warning, freeze warning, all the warnings.
Snowcast. Is this the first ever Reese Windows and Doors where you had to mention snow?
The potential of snow. Definitely. This is the first time in my lifetime.
Point. Give us the clicks, give us the ratings at this point, right? Let's talk snow.
It would be really cool to see some snow in Florida.
If
it's going to get this cold,
let us know.
Give us
to channel our inner Elsa.
Yeah.
Let's.
I can't believe you just said that.
That's the first Elsa reference ever on the show, too, Crawley. Big concern though. Prolonged cold snap, snook.
Yeah.
Our inshore fish, we want to make sure they're getting to deep holes and everything else, and that's always a concern.
And luckily, it's going to warm up a little bit. I don't see the water temperatures getting into that dangerous range yet. If Thursday's front was more significant, I think we'd be pretty concerned. But the fact that Thursday's front's more moderate, I wouldn't call it mild, but more moderate. I'm hoping the water temperatures won't get dangerous. So we'll see. I mean, Wednesday, it looks like we're going to get into the upper 60s in the afternoon.
Yeah, Wednesday looks like a day that's what do they call it, like a Chamber of Commerce day?
Yeah, really Thursday or Tuesday is just going to be chilly, but it's going to be bright and sunny. It'll be a Chamber of Commerce day for folks.
From out of state?
Yes, thankfully.
Well, isn't that what Chamber of Commerce do?
Yeah, right. Try to bring people in.
Yep.
It is definitely going to be a little nasty this weekend, but getting nice. And backside of the full moon, it should be pretty.
Yeah, right? I forgot about the full moon.
Yeah, a lot of these fish will be excited because they haven't had these weather windows. So I'm expecting Tuesday and Wednesday to be pretty good. And the sheep's head are getting better and better. We're seeing the trout and the redfish kind of bite consistently, even with this colder water. The ironic thing is there's still pretty okay snook action. And yeah. I've gotten reports from the Snook Slayer himself, Scott Sadorf. He said he's got a few buddies that are still catching snook out of the back bays.
Okay.
So it's pretty crazy to hear. And on top of that, spotty flounder action, some black drum near shore. We've been seeing the hogfish pretty steady. The challenge has just been getting that opportunity, that weather window to get out there to them. Offshore's been tough. It's just been, I think, this past Friday, yesterday was probably the first day in a while that people have been able to get out there offshore and capitalize. But red grouper were waiting for us. Lots of nice mangroves, a couple scamp. It's definitely a good time to get those blackfin tuna going. So you never know what you're going to catch. And I just got back from Louisiana. We'll do a little Gulf Council recap as well and talk a little bit about that more this show. We also got to talk about the FWC licensing. We got an FWC commission meeting coming up next week.
Oh, it's coming.
Yep. So lots of good stuff to talk about. Don't go anywhere. Real Animals Radio. We will be right back. Remember, if you want to join the conversation, give us a shout. 1-800-969-9352. Real Animals Radio. We'll be right back.
I teamed up with my friends over at Mark Spain Real Estate to do a monthly mortgage giveaway. Sign up for your chance to win at WFLAnews.com/contest.
Having trouble finding a plumber or an electrician you can trust? A company that is clean, honest, trustworthy, reasonably priced, and shows up on time?
All right, so you guys are having problems seeing us. You need Can you guys hear and see us now? Has it gotten better?
My feed's back up.
You can see it?
I can see it. I'm on the Real Animals one right this second.
Yeah. You guys hear and see us now? The audio is sounding better.
Yep.
Morning, Jeff. Morning, Gary. Morning, Angel, Captain Van, Paul, Ronnie. What's up, buddy? Jim, Karen, James. Appreciate you all. Donald. What's going on, dude? Imperial Polk County.
Imperial Polk.
Yes, sir. Dallin, what's up, man?
Gary, I had a sweatshirt on, but I had to take it off. It's stuffy in here. It's not stuffy. It's just not. It's not. I would say maybe it's neutral.
Yeah, it's not terrible. It's definitely warmer than it is outside, though.
For all the female and non-traditional male demographic, I look fire in my sweatshirt, just FYI.
How will this impact snook? Snook have definitely moved as far back as they can, up the rivers, up the creeks, and they're hiding, trying to stay warm.
You know, about 1 million years ago, I went on a charter with Dave Pomerleau, and we passed a bank thermometer. This would have been like the 90s.
Yeah.
We passed a bank thermometer that was like 38 degrees, 34 degrees. It was cold. Raining, front moving through.
Yeah.
And we caught snook after snook after snook after snook after snook.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
if you know what to do, man.
Yeah. That's when I was like, I'm not sure I'm good enough to be a guide. Because that's a trip that I would have canceled.
Yeah, right. Pomerleau could catch snook in a sewer.
Yeah, it was just straight up nasty. It was like 42. It was cold. It was rainy. It was miserable. But we caught snook after snook after snook after snook.
Nice.
Literally has caught snook in a sewer.
Yeah. That story was so funny. All right, January council meeting.
Yeah, we got to talk about the council meetings. How were they?
It was pretty good.
We'll save that.
Yeah, it was pretty good overall.
See, y'all are seeing behind the scenes. Like, I want to ask questions because we're just hanging out, but then it ruins the show.
We got to remember the licensing stuff, too.
Did you ever hear from the guy?
The license guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bullshit conversation.
Okay.
I talked to Martha about it. I talked to CJ at the council. Talk to anybody who will listen. CJ told me to shut up because I kept bitching about it the whole meeting.
At the council?
Yeah. I kept bringing it up to any Florida guy who was standing still long enough. We're back, Bartow Ford, Real Animals Radio, talking fishing this morning, and hopefully hearing from you as well. Captain Dylan Hubbard in studio. We got Captain Travis Thompson from All Florida joining me this morning. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at Affordable Roofing Systems. Whether you need a shingle, metal, tile, or a flat roof, our friends at Affordable Roofing Systems are your safest choice for repairs or replacements. With over 3 decades of roofing experience, let Affordable Roofing Systems guide you through this important process. They are defined by integrity, respect, honesty, and they have a professional approach to doing business. Call 888-397-ROOF for your free estimate or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com.
Best in the business.
Definitely good people. They did my roof, Captain Big Ben Marshalls. They helped a lot of people, my neighbors. Definitely do great work for sure. Looking forward to our next OCC Roadhouse event. Remember, every 4th Tuesday of the month. So the next one coming up is going to be February 24th. February 24th, OCC Roadhouse. That event is from 7 to 9 p.m. Hopefully we'll see you there, and hopefully you'll be able to join us. It's a good time, and definitely enjoy it a lot. So come out and join us, 7 to 9 p.m., OCC Roadhouse, every 4th Tuesday of the month. This next one is February 24th.
I had to miss this last week. I went to Ohio.
Yeah.
Get a little preview of the snow situation that's coming.
That sounds brutal.
It was brutal.
I was in Louisiana, and it was in the teens when I landed and really in the 20s for most of the visit.
Oh, my gosh.
It was brutal.
You want to talk golf council?
Yeah, we can. We got Donald from Luke's on the line.
Yeah.
Let's go to Donald, and then on the next break, we'll get to it. What's going on, Donald? How are you, buddy?
It was great at OCC. Missed you, but they had the cutout of you. Somebody brought that in, and that was pretty funny.
Donald, was there any discussion of tattoos?
Was it funny? I don't feel like it was that funny.
Donald, was there any discussion of tattoos? Because that's important.
I thought we were going to. I forgot that you remembered this. Dang it. So it was a good time. I know Scott also had Justin with him, so you guys had Scott Moore and Justin Moore there, and I heard it was a pretty epic fishing conversation.
It truly was, and it was really funny. Justin aging Captain Rick Gross, and so I leaned over to Rick. I said, "Is he calling you old?"
I'm sure he did it very nicely and not intentionally.
No, it was all. It was such a great conversation. Now I have heard Scott many years talking on the radio, and I never actually got to meet him until this Tuesday. And so it was great talking with him, and and he brought up Phil Alessi, and because I'm friends with Jason, and Jason was real little when he first met Scott, and going fishing with him and his dad, and talking about Scott was saying about how he was a cook at Traders and stuff, and so that was very cool. I just love hearing the stories about people, because I've been in Phil's office a few times, and there's a replica of a giant snook in his office that he had caught on Scott's boat, and they did a replica of it, and it was just a great conversation. But I postponed my outing for today, which was smart.
Yeah,
that was really smart.
A little breezy to get out there in the kayaks for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I asked Liz. I said, "What about Valentine's Day doing it?" And she goes, "Well, I have to work that day, so it's all good." So I've checked with the boss to make sure that it was good to do this on Valentine's Day. So
smart man.
Yeah. So, but she's going to make us something special for Valentine's Day for us buddies. She does the awesome homemade snickerdoodles and some other different bakery items that she makes. She's really good at it too. So.
Nothing says love like baked goods.
No, that's
and or cooked meats. I'm just throwing that one out there. If anybody wants to get me a Valentine's, I will take smoked meats. Well, we appreciate you, Donald. Glad you're staying safe and staying warm today, brother.
Yeah, you too. And I have good news from Gulf Council from what I was, hearing on the Good Catch Fox 13. So that sounds like it was really good.
Yeah. Overall, really positive. Got a lot of stuff done. Finally got rid of that 20-fathom closure that I've been working on since like 2016. And so that was really positive to see. And it's still going to happen this year, but hopefully it'll be the last year ever. So appreciate you, Donald. Thanks for calling in, brother.
Hey, you guys take care. Stay safe in tight lines and stay warm.
Yeah, man.
Take care, Donald.
Yeah, don't blow away today. Definitely going to be a blustery day. We got Captain Van Hubbard on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Capt Travis Thompson and myself will be right back. If you want to join the conversation, remember 1-800-969-9352 is the phone number. Hopefully we'll hear from you. And Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio will be right back.
Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk. Your trusted source.
Donald's like the Mount Rushmore of the Caller Hall of Fame.
That's what I was thinking.
You heard the story of that Mike says reminds everybody about all the time is he had I think it was a heart attack or a stroke.
Yeah.
One of the two, and he called from the hospital.
Dude.
It's pretty wild.
That's freaking wild.
Yeah. Dedication, brother. Yeah, someone brought a cardboard cutout of Dylan.
That's outstanding.
To the OCC event, and then people took pictures with it. And in our supporters group, a couple of the supporters were taking the images and photoshopping them. Oh my God. Well, not photoshopping, using AI, of course, but pretty funny.
You don't go to Gasparilla.
No. I've never been to Gasparilla a day in my life. I've been on the
one
boat.
time in my life.
I've been on the boat quite a few times for the parade, but actually being there in person on foot, never. And I have no desire.
I went one time to a party and I was like, "This is shenanigans."
Yeah, I want no part of it.
I'm not a huge giant crowd person.
I'm
always down for a good time.
Allergic to crowds.
But yeah, like, no, thank you.
Yeah, ever since, I think it was because I was a bouncer for so many years in college, just like it puts me on edge being in crowds.
It puts me on edge too.
I just wait for something to happen. It's not if, it's when,
Microcosm wise, like where you're standing at the parade, I can see that being a fun, like if you live on the parade route or something like that. Like I went to a guy's house, he lived on the parade route.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, but then like when you're ready to leave, there was no leave.
Yeah, you're stuck. You live there now.
Dude, my nutrition's been on point, but I could crush some Wendy's right now.
It's so cold in Cincinnati that my Diet Coke cans are exploding in the garage.
Oh my gosh.
That's wild. That's crazy. What makes you crave Wendy's?
The commercial.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was just a Wendy's commercial.
Yeah, my father-in-law's birthday was yesterday, so we're doing a family event, going bowling and maybe playing some laser tag at Seminole Lanes this afternoon. And then there's this Mexican restaurant across the street called El Jalisco. Place is fire, dude.
Really?
I'm just got fajitas on the brain. Nothing beats some steak and chicken fajitas.
Oh, nothing beats chicken fajitas.
They do such a good job there too. It's crazy good.
Okay, fajita hack. You ever have them throw pineapple in it?
Okay.
You like pineapple?
I love pineapple, especially grilled pineapple on a flat top.
Yeah, if they have it, like have them throw some in your fajita mix.
Okay. They have some really spicy salsa there. That's so good.
I love spicy salsa. But my problem with salsa is the chips. Because I can eat about 10,000 chips.
100%. It is definitely a challenge.
And I love chips and salsa. I love chips I love chips just in general. Is it possible I like chips more than French fries? Yes, it is.
Yeah, I like chips more than French fries, 100%.
I've been doing those Quest chips, and they're good. They kind of scratch that itch, but they're not.
Quest chips?
Yeah, have you seen those? They're like
those are good. My problem is my children. We have a big, nice cabinet, and man, it's just chock full of these great snacks, and it is definitely
hard to walk past it.
I love it. It's a great challenge.
Mental toughness.
Forged. Yeah, El Jalisco is definitely the spot. I agree, Dan the Fish Man. So good. Ooh, you know it's bad weather because Captain Dave Pomerleau just said no fishing.
I saw that, and I just gave a story about Dave Pomerleau like fishing in terrible weather.
Ooh. Angel said not pineapple in the fajitas. You got to make roasted pineapple pico de gallo.
Angel's kicking it up.
Dude, she brought this salsa to our customer appreciation party, and she said that she got shrimp and made a roux with it, or I don't know what you call it, but she basically like cooked down shrimp to make the base for the salsa, and it was like this salsa verde. Dude, it was insane. On top of carnitas. I had so much of it, it was ungodly. And then I put as much as I could in a to-go container.
Took it with you?
Yeah. It was so good, dude. Crazy.
Sorry, that hit me a little sideways there.
Mm-hmm.
The shrimp roux.
I think I don't know, I'm not a chef, but she cooked down shrimp to make salsa. It was insane.
Oh. I do seafood stock in my grits.
Ooh, that sounds good.
It'd make the best grits you've ever had.
I don't eat grits a lot, but when I was in Louisiana, they didn't really have any good side options for breakfast except for grits. It was good.
Grits with a runny egg in it, man. That's life changing.
I don't love runny eggs. I'm a scrambled egg.
That's why you do the grits. It's like the grits kind of absorb the egg.
That's what bacon and sausage is for, brother. No, I'm more of a scrambled egg guy. We're back, Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio, talking fishing this morning, and hopefully hearing from you as well. Remember, 1-800-969-9352 to join the conversation if you would like. Also want to give a shout out to our friends over at the Friendly Fisherman Seafood Restaurant. The Friendly Fisherman at Johns Pass is back under the management of the Hubbard family, the same family that's been serving up the best fishing and dining experiences in Madeira Beach for nearly a century. Come rediscover the Friendly Fisherman today and taste the difference with the freshest seafood, improved menus, and the service you've come to expect. Enjoy unbeatable waterfront views, a welcoming atmosphere, and flavors straight from the Gulf. Locals and visitors alike, come see what's new at the Friendly Fisherman. Captain Mike went over there to do that cooking segment.
Yeah.
And he was freaking out.
It sounded like a setback for Mike, honestly.
I think it was.
Like in a good way.
Because he went there, I think it was last night or the night before with his family, because Ryder, his grandson, had a basketball tournament in St. Pete. So after the tournament, instead of heading back to Tampa, he drove further west to the Friendly Fisherman to eat with Beth, because Beth had to try it out.
Right.
And they called me after, freaking out again. I was like, I'm glad to hear you enjoyed it.
I think I
I think he's addicted.
It's Beth's birthday or something.
What?
Like recently. I think I saw that on Facebook. So
I don't recall.
Yeah, I think I saw that. So happy birthday or happy anniversary, whatever it was. But it was some kind of
It's
event.
not anniversary because that was a while back.
I think it was their birthday. Her birthday, like in the last week or so. Anyway.
I think that's it's coming back to me. I think that's why he's not here today.
I think they ended up at the Friendly Fisherman, which there you go.
Kick it off right.
Get I gotta be careful. Thank you for saying it, because I always am like worried there needs to be a dump button for the delay for what I'm about to say there.
Yeah, he was a big enthusiast of the cat putter.
Everybody is. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, and Beth had the grouper sandwich and was raving about that. Their grouper sandwich, they do a really good job there too.
You said almost a century. What's the 100-year anniversary?
1928 is when we kicked it off.
So
we're
what is this, 26?
We're 2 years away from the
It still feels like
centennial.
2020 a little bit to me since
Dude,
COVID.
I made a certificate yesterday. Someone came in for a donation certificate for their church, so I was making the certificate, and you have to put the expiration in next year.
If you don't expire your donations, you have 10,000 trips out there in the
my CPA made sure that we do that. That's a whole different story. But I had to write 2027. It freaked me out for a minute.
So are you planning a big 100th anniversary party?
Yeah. So right now we're working with an author to do a book, like a history book, and it's kind of splitting into 2 books. I don't know. I haven't talked to him recently. That's more Tara's gig, my sister. So I haven't followed
Tara.
up. Yeah, but she's kind of handling it. But last I heard, it potentially is expanding into 2 different books. But we've got that going on. Then we're talking about different kind of annual special. We're going to do something special.
You're going to blow it up for the 100th anniversary.
100%.
Like, you don't get to turn 100 very often.
No. And we're sharing the birthday with the Don Cesar as well, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, the Vinoy just had their 100-year anniversary, and Don Cesar and ourselves are coming up on ours.
Awesome.
It'll be cool.
Awesome.
Well, we've got Captain Van Hubbard from Boca Grande on the line. What's going on, Captain Van? How are you, buddy?
Hey, Van.
I'm doing good. Enjoying this warm before the gale and
the calm before the storm
catches up with us.
It is definitely going to get blustery in a little bit, man. Wild. How you doing down there in Boca Grande?
So far, so good. And really glad to hear that things are going well up there at the Friendly Fisherman. The cook your catch is something that not many places do anymore, and I'm glad y'all still do that.
Oh, yeah. The cook your catch is definitely a cornerstone of the Friendly Fisherman. There's no better way than going out there. Just the other day, I experienced it again. It was a husband and wife and their 2 boys. They went out fishing, and I was talking to them before the trip about like some food options for lunch, and I was like, the best thing to do is just take your fish after the trip over the Friendly. And both boys were like, we don't eat fish. I was like, all right, well, they have burgers and they have other stuff too. So after the trip, I just happened to be going to the bathroom, walking through the bar, and there's the family eating a platter of fish, and both boys have burgers in their hands. And I was like, you guys try the fish? And he was like, we don't eat fish. I was like, dude.
Come on, man.
Just try a bite. Just try a bite. And the mom and dad are like, yeah. We've been trying to get them to try it. They won't try it. So I peer pressured them into it. And both of them set down their burgers and were kind of looking at the fish. Well, I went to the bathroom, finished up, and on my walk out, both of them stood up and ran over. They're like, we like fish now. They were hooked. It's definitely a great way to experience it. That fresh caught fish, there's nothing quite like it. Wouldn't you agree, Van?
So, absolutely. So I'm behind on one. What's up with licensing now? I can't keep up with everything, so thanks for the help.
Yeah, the licensing situation is really frustrating. So FWC can't control the price of fishing licenses.
That's the legislature.
Yes, the legislature controls the price. And the problem is the fishing licenses in the state of Florida are extremely cheap. I mean, resident licenses are normally cheap. So that's, all right, no big deal there. But the out-of-state license, we are like the lowest price out-of-state license anywhere in the nation. It's for an out-of-state resident, you can get a 3-day license. I think it's like $17.
Yeah, $18.
And an annual license is only like $47. So it's extremely cheap. Other places you go, it'll be $40, $50 for a 3-day license. So the FWC can't control the price. They can't increase it on their own, and the legislature has to do that, and it has to not be vetoed by the governor. And unfortunately, they just can't get any headway on increasing the prices. So what FWC did in the dead of night, without talking to any stakeholders, without engaging anybody, without having any conversations at a commission meeting, without having any public meetings or any public input, in the dead of night, in my opinion, they decided to extort our out-of-state residents by just removing the option to get a 3-day license. So now when you go on to their website to try to get a license, the only option for out-of-state guests is to buy an annual license, and it includes automatically a snook stamp and a lobster endorsement. So you have to buy like this $60-some-odd annual license if you want to fish for an hour off the shore if you're an out-of-state person. And then when you call to complain or talk to anybody at FWC, they're like, what are you complaining about? You can go to the DMV, the tax collector's office, and you can get a 3-day license there. So their answer to the problem is, oh, you can go in person and get a 3-day license. It's like, what out-of-state person is going to go to the tax collector's office on their vacation to get a 3-day license? It's 2026. You need to have that 3-day license available on the website. And if you have a problem with the price and you want to charge more for it, go through the proper channels. Don't just make it unavailable and end around and subvert our entire process. It is so infuriating that the FWC would do this in the dead of night without talking to anybody. It's extremely frustrating.
And I'll take the other side of that a little bit, because you and I have talked about this offline ad nauseum. I'll take the other side of that a little bit and say, I get it, because every time we do a lifetime license sale,
which they do all the time now.
You know, the last Governor DeSantis has done a number of times. Like, we celebrate that. It's a big deal. But every time they do that kind of stuff, it's cutting into revenue at the moment. Long-term return on that is great. Short-term return, it's cutting into revenue for the agency.
And budgets have gone down. So there is a huge funding issue with FWC. And I'm all about more science, more enforcement. I'm all about funding and fully funding FWC. And FWC, in my opinion, overall does a great job. This was a poor decision. And it's an asinine move that they're using to subvert the process and, personally, in my opinion, extort out-of-state residents.
And again, I'll say...
And for them to look at you with a straight face and say, oh, you can go to the tax collector's office and get a 3-day license is absolutely heinous.
Yeah, I don't love that answer, because it's 2020... whatever, 2026. Like,
you're having problems with the year.
I really do. The year changed and it screwed me up. But like, you should just be able to go online and do anything you can do online. That's the world that we live in now.
And
so
for me, it's the beginning of session. They did this in November in the dead of night. If you have a problem and you want to charge more for the 3-day license, like if overnight the 3-day license went from $18 to $40 and it was still available online, I wouldn't really be complaining. Some people might be complaining, but the out-of-state license, the 3-day license, it's time for it to go up a little bit. But for you to not offer it and only offer an annual license, and then to also throw in mandatorily the snook endorsement and the lobster, is ridiculous. It's extortion.
Well, and I'll say this. This is us being caught kind of in the crossfire between the legislature and an agency that puts us really, as stakeholders, as advocates, as everything else. It kind of puts us in a tough situation.
Yeah.
Because I want FWC to be funded all the way. There's a tension between the legislature, the governor, the agency. Like, I don't even, like, the dynamics there change hourly. So I don't quite understand what we're trying to accomplish here. Yeah, I get this to generate more revenue. I just think the way we went, I don't sit with you on the extortion side. I sit in I feel like what we've done here is not handled the process well. We've not communicated well with people that stand by the agency quite a bit on a lot of things.
That's my biggest pet peeve is your folks who are engaged in the process work so hard to attend meetings and be involved. It reflects poorly on us. And you didn't bother to engage us or have a conversation or anything. And like the federal fisheries stuff, this stuff we haven't gotten to yet about red snapper, it is infuriating to me because we work so hard and travel and pay to go to these meetings and fly and stay in hotels and take time away from our families and jobs. And we bring back information for the federal government to not do their job and not put these rules in place in time. And it totally screws up our business and makes us look like we're giving bad information. It's frustrating.
How much hate have you seen me get over standing up for the agency on stuff like spraying or fisheries management?
Death threats.
Yeah, and like the inverse of that is I get why we're doing this decision. I just don't love how it came about.
Exactly.
Like, we could have communicated different, and you kind of left me standing here, or a number of us standing here holding a bag, and it's like, we didn't ask for this. We didn't even know it was coming.
Yeah.
And now it's here.
Yeah. It's everything about this was the wrong way, handled poorly. But thanks, Van. Thanks for stirring things up, buddy.
I was thinking maybe you forgot me.
Sorry, man. We ranted.
I understand. And looking forward to hearing about the National Marine Fisheries Gulf Council stuff when you get a chance there, buddy.
Yes, sir. Will do. Appreciate you, Van. Thanks for calling in.
All righty.
See you, buddy. Yeah, he was still on the line. I didn't forget
Sorry.
about him. You can't forget about
Captain Van.
You can't forget about the
And
legend.
honestly, if I know Captain Van, and I don't know him as well as you do, but he was sitting back and kind of grinning at that probably because that's exactly what he wanted to hear about.
He called in to do that.
Yeah. That's what
We also got Captain Bobby Woodard from Boca Grande on the line as well, but don't want to squeeze him in here. We'll get to him on the other side. It is definitely frustrating, the FWC situation for sure, and this change that they did overnight. Hopefully we can get it reversed, and hopefully we can go back through the right channels of just offering a 3-day license on the website. Make it easy for out-of-town guests to get it. If you want to increase the price the right way. Walk through the system.
Yeah, and let's get the legislature to work with FWC on that.
Amen to that. Well, they angered a bunch of legislature folks by doing this the wrong way. So good luck with that, guys. Real Animals, Bartow Ford, Real Animals Radio. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just search Reese.
I heard that Bartow is supportive of this, which to me seems odd.
Well, it's not, because if you talk to a commissioner, like, do you know any stakeholder that's talked to Rodney about it?
What?
Do you know any stakeholder that's spoken to Bartow about it? Like, I've always thought
in support of it or against it.
I think that's where I'm at. If you told me that we're just going to make licenses $47 and you can't buy a 3-day,
yeah,
I'm not against that given the data. The problem I have is the rollout of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's been ham-fisted.
Yes.
So
I personally think you have to have a 3-day license available, because the reason guests get upset is when they look at the website and they know they're only going to fish off the dock for an hour. If the 3-day license is $47 and the annual license triples and it's $80 or whatever, they still want that 3-day license. It's not the price, it's the principle of the fact that they want a 3-day license. And what's his face on the licensing guy even said, he was like, well, a lot of times we'll have guests buy 2 or 3 3-day licenses in the course of a year, whereas it would save them money if they just bought one annual license. And I was like, well, retard, it seems like we would want people to buy multiple and you guys make more money. So why are you making it hard for people?
Yeah, like,
to give you more money.
So again, I don't know where the commissioners are at on it, because I haven't spoken to any commissioner about it. And this is a thing that kind of started as a simmer, right? Like, it happened, nobody knew about it, the holidays happened.
Yeah.
And it's slowly ramping up. But, like, I have not spoken candidly to a commissioner, so I can't say where they are or are not. I can say this. The commission, by and large, will follow staff's recommendations on things and generally leans on staff to do outreach. And staff generally does incredible stakeholder outreach. This just feels like a pretty substantial miss. And I don't know. Make the 3-day license $35. Make the non-resident annual $47, and then see what happens. Like,
yeah.
But again, the legislature controls that.
You could have doubled the price of the 3-day out-of-state resident license, and they'd still buy that.
Yeah, the legislature controls the price of the licensing, so they couldn't do that. They're trying to generate revenue, and they're trying to generate it within the rules that they have set in front of them, which
subverted the process.
I think they worked within the process. They work within the rules that are set around them.
That's one way to look at it. Well, people are bringing up a good question in the comments. So Walmart does not sell 3-day licenses because Walmart went to kiosks.
Right. Walmart, you're just going to the FWC website, essentially.
And the kiosk at Walmart is the FWC website. And now on the website, the only thing you can buy is an annual license. So the license guy with FWC that I talked to did say they're in conversations with Walmart now and potentially going to fix that. The problem is Walmart, when the minimum wage increase happened, Walmart cut all their staff, so they don't staff the department anymore. So there's no one in the sporting goods section to sell licenses. That's why they put a computer there instead of a person.
And a bell.
Yeah. So they're talking about trying to work with Walmart to subsidize, incentivize, I don't know, put staff back in the sporting goods sections, which would then allow them to sell the 3-day license in person. But still, it's BS that you have to go buy a license in person. It needs to be available on the website.
Well, and I say this as a person that works with the legislature a lot and the agency a lot. Get together and let's figure this out.
Yeah. Bartow Ford, Real Animals Radio, talking fishing this morning. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at DocServe at Hubbard's Marina. Keeping our fleet running safely and smoothly is the backbone of everything we do, and that's why we partner with our friends at DocServe. Their mobile marine mechanic team is responsive, knowledgeable, and always right there when we need them. What really keeps us on the water is their monthly inspection program. DocServe gives us multiple sets of trained eyes on every one of our outboard vessels, helping us catch small issues early and avoid major breakdowns down the road, giving us a peace of mind that is priceless. Their membership program even includes those free inspections and free diagnostics if something comes up. DocServe keeps Hubbard's Marina operating at the highest level so we can focus on giving you the best experience on the water. They are a premier mobile marine mechanic service in Tampa Bay. They offer service on Yamaha and even Mercury outboards if you made the wrong decision on your outboard. And they can handle mobile marine electronics as well. And they also service popular trolling motors too. Reach them today at 813-807-7676 or visit them online at DocServe without the E. So DocServ.us to link up with their great team. Highly recommend. Really good people for sure. Hard workers. We got Captain Bobby Woodard on the line.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Himself. How you doing, buddy?
Trying to thaw out.
Yeah, I hear that.
Brother.
It's cold up there.
Dude, so we're in Louisiana. It's like 24, 25 degrees outside, but gusting to 15, so the wind chill's at 19.
Dude.
So I was getting dressed to head outside and honestly got a little winded, so I needed to take a break. I was putting on so many layers. Figured I'd give y'all a call.
There is so many things wrong with what you just said.
Come on.
I am very concerned about you.
Tennis pro, construction guy, Bobby Woodard did not get winded.
Putting clothes
on.
Oh, man. Well, since you're already there.
For real, though, I'm a little concerned about my truck. Like, Florida boy, I do drive a diesel, but Florida boy, we got here late last night about midnight, and it dawned on me as soon as we got here. I'm like, shoot. I need to Google and see about this whole, how do I plug in my truck? What do I add to the fuel tank to keep the diesel from gelling? All that kind of stuff.
If you're from up north and
diesel won't gel in 20-degree weather, Bobby.
If you're from up north and you want to mess with a Florida boy right now, tell us we need
additives.
Yeah, additives
Blinker fluid
to our windshield wipers or our tell us we need that because we'll don't
believe
know.
You.
We do not know.
Yeah, but
Dude,
you should plug it in.
The internet's the World Wide Web said 20 degrees is when it starts.
Really? I thought it was way colder.
Oh my
than that.
gosh!
Huh. All right,
I would definitely put an additive in it, Bobby. I'll Google and send you some.
What do you recommend?
Yeah, I know plugging it in is definitely a good idea.
Yeah, plug it in. That's for sure. Heated blanket?
Yeah.
Maybe throw a heated blanket over it.
And go get some Boudin. It won't help your truck, but it'll help you.
Yeah, it'll make you feel warm on the inside.
There you go.
Some Boudin, some oysters. I ate so many oysters while I was in Louisiana.
Boudin, oysters, crawfish.
Yes.
Those are the big three.
Etouffee.
Yeah, those are the big three in Louisiana.
Man, now I'm hungry. Well, are you gearing up for tarpon season, brother?
Yeah, man. Yep. Actually, starting to book some trips here and there. They'll start rolling in more, as we go. But big push to get my boat finished so I can get out of the borrowed boat, which I'm grateful for. But it's always nice to be back in your own boat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
getting
fishing's
close.
gonna be good too, man.
Yeah, after
I'm
a cool
excited.
winter, should get them excited, right?
Exactly. Historically, the better tarpon seasons typically come after the colder winters. So
yeah, we've had
we
such a
shall see.
mild run of winter, and man, it really decided to change things up here. At the end of
for the
January.
first time in forever.
Yeah,
another Frozen reference there.
What is your deal, bro? I feel like I'm doing a radio show with my daughter.
Let it go, man. Just let it go.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, Bobby. Thank you for calling in. I definitely miss you this morning to balance Travis out.
All right, guys. Well, y'all try to keep it going straight and narrow there. But on a real quick serious note, if you guys want to, we can talk about how the FWC can get an additional $24 million a year in their budget.
Oh,
so we'll have
Bobby.
that conversation later.
Why does he just toss grenades and leave?
He purposely tries to upset me, and we're hanging up now. I was going to ask him to tell everybody how they could book tarpon trips with him, but he lost it. No, it's captain-bobby.com if you're interested in looking Cap Bobby up and booking one of those tarpon trips. It's definitely going to be a good year for it. Captain-bobby.com. But, yeah, there's definitely other methods out there, and it'll be interesting to see if the legislature is willing to work with them again after they burn this bridge. But we got Captain Jim Fogle on the line with our Visit St. Pete Clearwater Safe Boating Tip of the Week coming up next. So don't go anywhere. If you want to join the conversation, 1-800-969-9352. Real Animals Radio. We'll be right back.
The program was paid for by Real Animals Fishing.
I don't know that they burned the bridge. I think it's more. You're fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
Going.
You're going scorched earth.
Yeah.
I'm going
I'm pissed. You can play nice guy.
I'm always the nice guy. Or I'm always exactly the same. Just right in the
I'm
middle.
wondering if Farrier's listening this morning. Doubt it.
Lots of FWC listens.
So frustrating.
It was one of those things where we talked about it, but for the folks watching right now, it was one of those things where in November I heard about it from somebody.
Yeah.
In December,
I heard about it from my staff.
In December I got a couple of texts about it.
Yeah.
Beginning of January I got quite a few texts about it.
Emails.
And now
calls.
I'm getting like tagged in posts on Facebook, and like it's really like a slow ramp up that's.
My staff was ready to burn down FWC.
Because pragmatically, too, I could take the tact that the agency does, which is just tell them it's $50 and they can buy it online. $47 they can buy it online. Like, I get that logic, and I don't hate on that. I just hate on kind of how we got to where we're at. And I really wish a legislature would just pick up a bill and like run an isolated bill to change license prices or like, I know it's not that simple. I realize it's more complex than that. But you're gonna have to help this agency out, and honestly, like this war against the agency, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but this pushback against the agency isn't helpful to us as sportsmen, conservationists that largely are supportive of our legislators.
Yeah. The whole thing is frustrating. Mark Hubbard. My dad's on vacation. You should be enjoying your vacation if you can hear me, Pops. Stop texting me. He goes on vacation and he sits there with his yellow pad, his yellow legal pad, and has all these deep thoughts. My wife last night even asked me, she was like, your dad's out of town for a while. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, well, that must be different. Like, he's not at meetings or at the Marina. I was like, well, it's kind of almost worse because when he's out of town, he's just sitting there with his yellow pad.
He's got time.
And he's thinking a lot and he's texting a lot. I must have spoken into the universe and now I'm precipitating it.
Mark, I've heard rumors that Dylan got a cowboy hat, but we have yet to see some cowboy hat.
I honestly, I had it in my hand this morning. I was like, should I wear this for Travis's edification? And I was like, no, I'm not going to play into it.
You refuse to lean into it.
If I walked in here with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat, I think you would have lost your mind. If Bobby was here this morning, I probably would have done it.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I'm not even wearing cowboy boots. I'm wearing jeans, but I'm not even wearing cowboy boots this morning. You could have, like...
Dude, I love these boots.
You
They're
could have
comfortable.
Superfly snookered me off the top rope.
Yeah, I was wearing the boots in Louisiana, so I just got in the habit this week.
I love my cowboy boots. They're the second most comfortable pair of shoes I have.
Yeah, these are definitely probably my most comfortable pair of shoes. They're nice.
Yeah, spend $1 million on
Plus-
Hokas and
plus-
Brooks and everything else, and at the end of the day, I'm pretty comfortable in cowboy boots.
Yeah, plus the steel toe. I love it. I feel like I'm invincible.
So this is ironic too. Like, I had to fly this week. I used to always wear cowboy boots to travel. They're
That's
easy
the
to
downside is steel toe boots in the airport because I have TSA pre-check, so you walk right through. You don't have to unzip anything or take your shoes off.
Well, and so now boots are not covered in the scanner if they're too high. So you're like, I went from easy slip on off to now I have to take my boots off, and I didn't used to, now I shouldn't have to take my boots off. But it's easier to travel with boots than to pack them.
Yeah.
Especially if you're just going for a day.
Exactly.
Because you can wear them with.
Yep. Same problem.
Oh.
You can't put the boots in the suitcase. You got to wear them.
It's like a TSA conspiracy against cowboys.
Well, I have pre-check, so normally you can walk right through, but the steel toe gets me every time. All the alarms go off. I'm like, oh yeah, my boots. I got to take them off.
So those are steel toe?
I'll never not wear steel toe boots. I love it.
Really?
It's the best because when you're wearing flip-flops or tennis shoes all the time and you stub your toe, it's a day ruiner. Steel toe boots, dude, I can put this thing through a wall.
I ripped a nail over the holidays on flip-flops.
Oh yeah, it'll be a day ruiner for sure. Week ruiner.
Oh, it sucks. I didn't even notice it was dark. I was going up these stairs. I was staying in a
I put a hole in the drywall on accident.
Yeah, do you know the mini houses, the cargo? We were staying in one of those things, and the stairs were uneven. Like they were like under one step was a garbage can, and then the next one was a washing machine, so they were a little bit. Yeah. And I kicked my toe in the dark.
Oof.
Didn't want to wake anybody up because I was leaving, and then got dressed, left. Well, that night I got in the shower and my toe was black.
Oh.
Like bloody and everything. It was terrible.
That's not fun.
Update from Bobby. His truck started. Dude, I'll be honest, y'all are spicy on the internet today.
Yeah, man. I know, Scott. I definitely missed a good one at OCC. When I told Mike I couldn't make it because I had that meeting to go to in Louisiana, and then he told me he was going to have Scott Moore as a guest. I was like, really?
Yeah. He brings out the big guns when you're not around.
I wanted to join myself. And then Scott brought Justin, too.
The Tarpon Master.
Weekly voyage into Florida fishing, presented by Hubbard's Marina, hosted by Captain Mike Anderson and Captain Dylan Hubbard.
We're back, Bartow Ford, Real Animals Radio, talking fishing this morning. Myself, Captain Dylan Hubbard from Hubbard's Marina, and Captain Travis Thompson from All Florida in studio this morning. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at Affordable Roofing Systems. Whether you need a shingle, metal tile, or a flat roof, our friends at Affordable Roofing Systems is your safest choice for repairs or replacements. With over 3 decades of roofing experience, let Affordable Roofing Systems guide you through this important process. They are defined by integrity, respect, and honesty, and they have a professional approach to doing business. Call 888-397-ROOF for your free estimate, or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. With that, we got our good buddy Captain Jim Fogle on the line with our Visit St. Pete Clearwater Safe Boating Tip of the Week. What's going on, Captain Jim? How are you, buddy?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm fine so far. You guys are sounding good as usual.
We appreciate it. We tried really hard earlier in the show when we were talking about the weather not to steal your entire segment.
Yeah, because we wanted to, Jim.
So we held off to give you your moment here. And I have a feeling I have a close eye on what you're going to talk about, though.
Exactly. Yeah, and I want to say this right off the bat. As soon as this radio show is over, go back to bed. Do not go out in your boat. You may go tie your boat down to your boat lift or down to your trailer a little better, but do not go out on the water today. There are gale force warnings. Winds are projected to be anywhere from 10 to 28 in the afternoon, with possibilities to getting up to 40 knots. Water temperature is only about 64, 65. Wave height in the bay is going to be at least up to 3.
It's going to be
Air
nasty.
temperatures might, pardon me?
I said it's going to be nasty.
Yeah, air temperature may get into the 40s this afternoon. It's going to be nasty. If you are a recreational boater, you are urged to stay at home. Do not go out in this crap.
So, Jim, I just pulled up the buoy in Middle Tampa Bay. So the Middle Tampa Bay buoy, and they are showing 4.3 foot at 4 p.m. That's crazy. 4.5 foot seas in the middle of Tampa Bay.
Isn't there some kind of event today where people are going to want to be on the water?
There is, yes. Now, of course, a lot of people were going to go over and get into the hassle and craziness of the Gasparilla Boat Parade. But first of all, the boat parade has changed some. Usually it starts out at Ballast Point Tampa Yacht Club. It is now going to start at Seddon Channel. I'm sorry, not Seddon Channel. It's going to be over at East Bay. They're trying to keep those big boats out of as much wind as they can, and they'll probably have extra tugboats there. If you are on some kind of a commercial vessel and you have paid tickets and they're planning on going and the boat is big enough, they're going to be at no wake all day long, no wake all the way down that long Seddon Channel. There are going to be no paddle craft allowed. There are going to be no jet skis or personal watercraft allowed. There will be no, I can't even imagine trying to launch any kind of a drone today, but drones are not allowed. Within 3 miles of Albert Whitted over there, not Albert Whitted, what's that?
Yeah, and a lot of times they have those anti-drone devices anyway, so don't do it.
Yes, the law enforcement has anti-drone devices. You will lose, if you've got a nice expensive drone, you will lose it today.
And you'll get arrested
if
probably.
you launch it. Yeah. There will be many law enforcement agencies. There's supposed to be somewhere around 30, well, they were before this gale force. There were supposed to be somewhere around 30 different agencies with boats on the water over there. But please, let's don't be stupid. Yeah. Stay at home or go over and watch it from the parade route. It's really kind of fun over there.
And that's
if you can find a place to park.
And that's what we were talking about earlier in the show about how it could be misleading because it is nice now and it's not windy now and it is warm now. I'm worried that it's going to mislead some folks into thinking that, oh, we can make it over there. And the problem is coming home. You can make it over there, no problem. But the problem is coming home right about the time the parade starts. Go ahead.
It's also supposed to be rainy on and off. You know, supposed to start this morning and then drop off, but then they're saying it's going to be on and off all day. So that's going to be messy. I mean, you know, the only thing worse than being cold on the water is being wet and cold on the water. But please stay home. Remember that there's no place to get gas along that parade route over there anywhere. It's going to be. It usually is congested. Hopefully, it won't be congested today.
Yeah.
But it really is not a fun place if the water's beat up and it's windy. So don't go over there today. Don't go on anywhere on the water today. Yeah. Even if it's like Dylan says, it's, you were planning on going fishing somewhere this morning in a channel or something. If you've got to cross any kind of body of water at all, it's going to be nasty this afternoon. So please stay home. Even if you get in trouble. If you get in trouble, it's going to be really a long time before we can get help to you because all the resources are going to be over there in Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be hard to get you rescued or towed or anything else on the water today. We hope everybody's listening. We hope if you have friends, neighbors, relatives, neighbors that were planning to go today, ring them up, get them, make sure they don't go out. That's all we can say for the time being.
Amen.
Hope we don't have a report of anything bad tomorrow.
One can hope.
Appreciate your time, boys. Yeah, we can hope. Hope somebody's listening. Hope somebody's paying attention. Hope somebody watches the weather.
Amen.
And has a little bit of common sense. All right, guys. Thanks for the time. For the Coast Guard Auxiliary in St. Pete, Jim Fogle. Be safe out there.
Thank you, Captain Jim.
Thanks, Camp Jim.
As always, our Visit St. Pete Clearwater Safe Boating Tip of the Week brought to you by our friend Captain Jim Fogle. Looking forward to our captain's trauma workshop this Tuesday night, February 3rd, with Captain Jim there at the Coast Guard Auxiliary Building at the Gandy Boat Ramp. If you're a charter captain, you work on the water full time, you're welcome to come out and join us. Again, that's 7 p.m. this Tuesday night, February 3rd, at the Coast Guard Auxiliary Building at the Gandy Boat Ramp. We've got Captain Dave Pomerleau on the line, the mad snooker himself. What's going on, Captain Dave? How are you, buddy?
Say, Dave.
Good morning, gentlemen. Man, oh, man, I am not fishing. I'm telling you that.
Travis?
Captain Jim Fogle. Captain Jim Fogle said it right.
Yeah, Captain Travis was telling a story about you earlier about how you guys went out there in extremely cold, blustery, wet
rainy
weather.
Dave, it would have been like the late 90s when we did that. Like, you and I haven't even connected about that. But, yeah, it would have been the late 90s. And we caught snook after snook after snook.
Despite the weather.
And it was really, really cold that night.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, and you may remember this, we had to stop at Academy and buy rain gear.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you know.
It was bad.
Hardcore.
It was bad.
Hardcore.
But
I still don't use it.
The mad snooker caught snook.
There it is.
Oh, I've caught snook one night. The wind chill was 22, and we caught like 50 snook that night. The water was only down.
That's crazy.
It was 22. The guys were wearing snowmobile suits, and they said they looked at me and they said, "Dude, we'll give you like $200 tip if you catch any snook tonight." And about an hour into that, we were on our like 20th snook, and they're looking at me like, "What in the absolute?"
Yeah, that's crazy.
The water hadn't dropped a lot yet. The water was still like 65 degrees at that point. But are any of you guys any concern of a snook freeze coming up?
I don't know. I mean, we got a nice little warm up here Tuesday and into Wednesday. It's going to get back into the upper 60s. So it'll warm up pretty good before the next front. And the next front doesn't look that severe. So I'm hopeful and keeping my fingers and toes crossed we won't see that. But what's the water temperature at last time you looked?
Well, the water temperature in Sarasota, Venice right now is 62. And
it's getting close.
Terminal 56, they start going, 54, 554, they start dying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Low 50s.
And let's hope that doesn't happen. And our good buddy and great supporter of everything, Hubbard's Marine, Cliff Vanderbosch, tripped over a garden hose yesterday evening and absolutely snapped his upper right arm in half.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that in the comments. I don't know Cliff, but I saw people saying well wishes for him.
Yeah, that's sad to hear. He's a good dude.
Well, he's a great dude. I mean, he all he talks about is how much fun he has on the Hubbard's boats. And but wishing him a speedy recovery. He's in Sarasota Memorial right now. Just called me up at 11 o'clock last night, 1 o'clock in the morning last night. He said, "You're the only person I know that's awake right now." I said, You're right. I've been up all night. You know what I did last night? I played pinball. Pinball for 6 hours last night in a pinball tournament.
What the mad snooker does when he's not snooking.
I went pinball, and I didn't have a date last night, and kind of on the and I went to dinner, and I went with a buddy, and we went and played pinball, and they got a place down here with like 50 pinball machines. It's crazy. And
wild.
And in Bradenton, it's great. It's just a great time. They got like pinball tournaments going on all the time. But yeah, the fishing, I don't think it's gonna be any fishing anytime soon. I had a couple of charters where they called me and they went, "Are we going?" I went, yeah, we're not.
Looks a little breezy. We appreciate
But
you,
happy.
Dave. How would someone reach you if they did want to book a charter with you for a nicer
when
weather
it
day?
warms up, call just madsnooker.com or 727-570-9711. And you see where Glenn Pla is looking to bring his show back, The Average Angler.
I saw that. That'd be wild.
Oh, man, that would be awesome. I mean, it was just so much fun doing. That show was fun. But you guys are doing such a great job this morning. Happy birthday to Beth Anderson, and we're going to tune in, and you guys keep up the great work.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, Captain Dave.
Take care, Dave.
As always, madsnooker.com. Definitely worth the visit.
A Southwest Florida legend.
Yeah, you won't regret that charter for sure. Hopefully, we'll hear from you as well. Remember, 1-800-969-9352 to join the conversation. Real Animals, Bartow Ford, Real Animals Radio. We'll be right back.
News Radio WFLA has a grand for you. $1,000 could mean a weekend getaway, new tech, or a little fun money.
Heat up the blinker fluid, someone said.
One of the weather guys shared something about your windshield wiper fluid. We use warm weather blend, and you need to use cold weather blend. Good God.
That's crazy. I use the same windshield wiper fluid all the time, that Rain-X one. It's the best.
I didn't know you had a preferred windshield wiper fluid.
Oh, yeah, dude. Check out that Windex, or the Rain-X one. It's bad to the bone.
Yeah?
Dude, Go Cards on YouTube said, "Good morning from southern Indiana. It's 6 degrees here and -6 with a wind chill."
I'm sorry, did you say -6?
Yeah, it's 6 degrees in southern Indiana with a wind chill of -6. And that's why we live in Florida. That's wild. Diabolical.
If you're just waking up, you missed the first ever snow forecast on the Real Animal Show.
Hopefully first ever and last ever.
Nah, bro, that's a ratings driver. My Remarkable died.
Really? Like died as in gone?
Won't take a charge, won't do anything.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
It's pretty new, isn't it?
2 years old?
Oh, so it's out of warranty.
It's not new. Almost 3 years old, actually.
Yeah, I upgraded to the paper white, so this one's probably only about a year old.
Does that do color?
Yeah. It's just a bigger screen, that's why I like it too. Yeah, Mitchell Stone, he's on board. Rain-X windshield wiper fluid with the Rain-X wipers. You can't beat it. Exactly. Right there with you, buddy.
You guys are hardcore. So, this is a true story.
I just don't like the windshield wipers going crazy when it rains. So if you have the Rain-X, as soon as you see it start to rain, you just squirt it a couple times, and you almost don't need your wipers. It's bad to the bone.
Okay. I'm in some less than desirable conditions truck-wise, and I can't keep wipers or my windshield clean because, I mean, like debris gets on my windshield all the time.
Yeah, and then the wipers break.
And then the wipers break down, and it's like, so my windshield's just, people get in, they comment on it all the time. I'm like, do you want to sponsor? Like, if Rain-X needs a pro staffer, I'd be happy to sign up and change my wipers out once a month. But I've got new wipers in my truck that I've like been sitting on for probably 6 weeks because I'm like,
Mhm.
as soon as I change them out, I'm going to go cover that truck in mud, and it's going to be a mess.
Well, duck season's over.
Yeah, so that's what I was kind of waiting for was the end of duck season. The veterans hunts this morning. A lot of guys out there veteran hunting. And the youth hunt is next weekend, so I know our friend Stacy will be
busy.
Yeah, she does a youth hunt in the Melbourne area, TM Goodwin. I think
Mhm.
last year they had 133 kids or 230. I mean, it's a massive deal.
Wow.
Massive deal.
That's huge.
Yeah, and since she's gotten involved, it went from like 20, 25 kids to over 100, well over 100. It's wild. All right, this is the notification I just got. Field and Stream invited you to their chat. Cooking. That sounds like something I want to be a part of.
How did they know?
Yeah, it's like they're listening. Oh, while we're in a break, FWC, I don't know if you guys saw it. I shared a video about it, but FWC is doing the first ever iguana roundup if you're in South or Southwest Florida. They've got drop-off locations where you can actually harvest iguanas and take them to it. Rules, there's some rules, but it's pretty cool.
That sounds fun. Like the Python Roundup. We're back. Bartow Ford, Real Animals Radio, talking fishing this morning. Want to give a shout out to our friends over at the Friendly Fisherman Seafood Restaurant. Remember, the Friendly Fisherman at Johns Pass is back underneath the management of the Hubbard family. The same great family that's been serving up the best fishing and dining experiences in Madeira Beach for nearly a century. Come rediscover the Friendly Fisherman today and taste the difference with the freshest seafood, improved menus, and the service you've come to expect from the Hubbard family. Enjoy unbeatable waterfront views, a welcoming atmosphere, and flavors straight from the Gulf. Locals and visitors alike, come see what's new at the Friendly Fisherman today. Looking forward to a windy, cold day for sure, but we don't have any callers on the line, so want to take a second to go cover what happened at this Gulf Council meeting.
Yes.
So big news on the federal for-hire front for our red snapper. 2024, only about 70% of the quota was landed. 2025, only about 60% of the quota was landed. They were going to reopen the season, but because of the government shutdown, unfortunately, they couldn't reopen the season very quickly. So it wasn't until like December the season reopened, and it wasn't open for a long enough time to increase the quota.
Yeah, you couldn't have had an impact
substantially. So because of that, only about 60% of the quota was landed. So we left 30% in 2024. We left 40% in 2025. So this year, the conversation around the council table was potentially leaving our federal for-hire season open until the end of October.
Wow.
Yeah. If
That's
that happens, that will be a 4-month red snapper season, which will be huge and offer a lot of access. Now, the front end of red snapper season, last year in August, the council finalized rules for moving the start date of our federal for-hire red snapper season to the Friday before Memorial Day. So this year in 2026, red snapper season is supposed to open May 22nd.
Okay.
The problem is that rule was passed and finalized in August of last year. NOAA still has not finalized that document and not finalized that rule package. So there is potential for the rule not to be in place. Now, we're asking people not to panic. We're trying to figure it out. Give us a few weeks. And we're in conversations with the Southeast Regional Office to see if that rule will be finalized or not. But there is potential for that start date, instead of being May 22nd, to be June 1st, which would be really frustrating because we've obviously planned for it to open May 22nd. So we're waiting to see and waiting to bring you more information on that. So that was one frustrating thing. But the flip side of that coin, the season will definitely be longer. We were expecting it to end later September, and now we're expecting it to end later October, which is crazy. Also, red grouper. They finalized the final rule for red grouper in Amendment 62, which is going to give a substantial red grouper quota increase and finalized a recreational, probably year-long season, which will be nice.
Wow.
And with that, included in that amendment was the removal of the 20-fathom closure that happens every February and March.
Which you've been asking for since
2016.
Hector was a pup.
10 years. So thankfully, we will see that 20-fathom closure go away in 2027. It still will happen this year, so we still will have that shallow water 20-fathom closure in February and March this year, but it will be the last time that it happens, thankfully. And then also, we had a final rule passed on lane snapper, which will increase the quota, hopefully avoiding lane snapper closures. Two negative things is the mutton snapper quota was exceeded last year. Too many mutton snapper were landed, so that means there's an accountability measure triggered, and the Southeast Regional Office will be forecasting and basically watching those landings. And if the landings are high, there's potential for a mutton snapper closure this year because that fishery is so healthy. We're catching so many so fast, so much bigger muttons, that potentially we're going to see a mutton snapper close this year at the end of the year. So we'll have to watch that and bring you news if that's going to happen. And also the same thing with queen snapper, same problem, unfortunately, midwater snapper. Those are two negative things. Amberjack, we should see a season this year, which I wasn't expecting, but apparently due to federal government laws and the payback provisions, we can't pay back the overage from 2024 this year. We had to pay it back in 2025. They didn't have that rule in place, and the season's still open last year, and we basically have a clean slate this year. So kind of lucked out on that. So we will have an amberjack season in September, starting September 1st, and how long it will be, we'll find out in April. Also, gags. We should have a longer gag season, too, and we'll find that out in April, maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
Sounds like way more good news than bad.
Overall,
way
yeah.
more good news than bad.
Overall, yeah. We got Richard from the South Shore on the other side. Hopefully we'll hear from you as well. Remember, 1-800-969-9352. Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio. We'll be right back.
Local Lexus dealers, WFLA News Desk.
I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll handle it on my own.
You got this.
I got this. Rain-X with the wipers can't beat them. Yeah, again, I'm not a big wiper guy. That's a line I would like to not ever hear again. Dylan becomes like a storyteller while doing the Hubbard. He does, right? You can tell. I mean, they're coming up on 100 years in business. Can we please discuss that agriculture bill for clarity? I'm going to guess that's what Richard's calling in about. Let's see. I'm just reading questions and comments.
Morning, Captain Lauren. Can we please discuss the agriculture bill for clarity?
That's up to you. I'm happy to discuss it.
Yeah.
I'll talk about anything. I tried desperately. So I've been desperately trying to work in, do you want to build a snowman? And I wanted to ask if the federal government was extorting you somehow over queen snapper, but I couldn't figure out how to get that in there quick enough.
Yeah, the shallow water group or shallow. What's that? Midwater
Midwater
snapper.
grouper.
Midwater snapper. Yeah.
Midwater snapper.
Crazy.
I feel like they're extorting you, Dylan.
Do you want to build a snowman?
I get kids. I know Frozen. It's 53 out. It was 56 when I got here. You know something else while we're in between. Something else we didn't discuss is the other thing I don't like about the FWC license deal is I have much of my life been the poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like fiscally responsible, like I needed to spend the minimum I needed. I mean, I've gone on trips and taken my family out of state to do stuff and bought whatever the cheapest thing I am so we could fish or hunt in a place.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because I don't care about the resources, because I didn't have the money to spend.
Mm-hmm.
So not making that available online doesn't feel like the move from like an inclusivity, opportunity, access type situation.
It's definitely frustrating.
Are you doing anything today? Oh, you told me you're going to you're going
Going bowling. Maybe a laser tag.
You a big bowling guy?
No, not at all. But
when was the last time you went bowling?
Like a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the Seminole Lanes is near the house, and they have a laser tag thing and bowling and a huge arcade, so it's fun for the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get them out of the house and go do something.
Sometime this summer, I took somebody on a date bowling. This fall.
My wife and I got real competitive.
What's that?
My wife and I got real competitive.
Really?
Yeah. I was about to beat her, and then she talked during my backswing. Threw me off. Yeah.
Oh, that's way out of bounds.
She ended up winning. But there's an asterisk there.
No, there's some contention, Emily. I'm sure she's watching the show right now. I'm sure she's up with the kids, got them all set up so she can watch the show.
No, 100% no. I don't think she's ever watched a show, ever. Give a shout out to our friends over at DocServe. Remember, at Hubbard's Marina, keeping our fleet running safely and smoothly is the backbone of everything we do, and that's why we partner with our friends at DocServe. Their mobile marine mechanic team is responsive, knowledgeable, and always right there when we need them. And what really keeps us on the water is their monthly inspection program, giving us multiple sets of trained eyes on every one of our outboard vessels. Their membership program includes those inspections, plus free diagnostics if anything comes up. DocServe helps keep Hubbard's Marina operating at the highest level so we can focus on giving you the best experience on the water. They are a premier mobile marine mechanic service in Tampa Bay, offering service on Yamaha or Mercury outboards, and they can handle your marine electronics and even popular trolling motors too. Reach out to them today at 813-807-7676 or visit them online at DocServe without the E, so docserv.us to link up with our great team. We got Richard from the South Shore on the line. What's going on, Richard? How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing all right. You know, I think the last time it got this colder, the anticipated the stretch we're going to get was 2010.
Yep.
That's right.
For that one?
Back in our last snook freeze.
January of 2010.
Yeah. And this thing, people see the snook roll over in the water, and I've seen them roll back up when it warms up a little bit. So just because they rolled over doesn't mean they're dead. They go in, I guess, kind of a cryogenic state of some sort or another. If you see them, up on the bank where they got caught beside the tide, you might try and roll them back in the water, because I've seen them come back in the water when you were sure they were dead.
Yeah, yeah, they get kind of
I'm not sure
catatonic.
what temperature that takes at, but yeah. This licensing thing, how old do you have to, or as far as kids go, how do kids come out of the license? What age do they have to have a license at?
If you're under 16 or over 65 and a Florida resident, you don't need a license.
Correct.
But if you're out of state, you always need a license, even if you're under 16 or over 65.
Yeah, because that's what I hate to see. Somebody comes down with 4 or 5 kids and they want to take their kids, fishing out there on the bridge or pier or something like that, or anywhere, and it ends up costing them an arm and a leg.
Well, right now it does. It's $60+ per kid if you come from out of state. And the only way to get a license is online. And they force you to get a whole year and a snook stamp and a lobster endorsement, where normally it would have been around, I think it's $17.99 for a 3-day license for a kid. So it's really frustrating.
And of course, that's going to be people who don't have as much money, too. They're going to do that more than someone to come down and charter a boat or something like that.
Yeah, we were just talking about that during the break.
Yeah, it definitely impedes access and makes it more difficult as far as inclusion.
All right. Well, that's my 2 cents worth in on that licensing deal. I hate to see that, affect the possibility of some kids getting to fish.
It definitely is, brother, and it's frustrating for sure.
All right. Carry on, gentlemen.
I appreciate it, Richard. Thanks you for
Richard.
calling in, as always. So someone had a question about the Farm Bill. So what's going on with the Farm Bill?
So the Farm Bill, the big outrage that I keep seeing online is, and I'm pro-ag, pro-ranching more than most that you'll find. Like I'm a conservation guy. So take care of land, you take care of water. But the big concern in the Farm Bill is the striking of the word perishable from a section that talks about disparagement of agriculture. So since at least 2008, you haven't been able to disparage agricultural perishable products. It's striking that word. So agricultural products. People are like, oh, this is taking away our free speech. Well, no, it's not, because the only thing that's really changing is that word. Yesterday, you couldn't disparage tomatoes. Today, you can't disparage canned tomatoes as well as tomatoes. So I think we're coming to a little bit of a head here where you're either going to be pro-ag, ranching, timber, cattle, hunting, or you're going to be pro-development. Like, I don't think the land use in Florida, like, you have private property rights, and those sit above everything else. So this is really about protecting those uses from people that want to disparage those uses, because if you disparage those uses, and I don't care what it is, from timber production to sugarcane, if you disparage those uses, and I'm not saying I don't like sugar or I wish this was something else. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about outright, we shouldn't sell tomatoes because we put red dye in them. That's not true. They're red. They turn red. So I'm saying disparagement, true disparagement, is a problem. And it creates misinformation, disinformation that's going to be used to push people off of land. And it has been used in the past and will continue to be used. And again, I think we're coming to a head on that situation.
So this has been a rule since 2008?
At least.
So it's not new?
No.
The only change is the removing
strike through the word perishable.
It's always interesting what you see on social media compared to what's actually happening.
Yeah.
It's never the same.
No, and I mean, I say this to people all the time. Go read the bill.
Yeah.
And it's always got lawyer speak in it and stuff. People ask me about other sections of the bill, and I love that people are examining legislation and engaged. People have asked me about other sections. I'm like, I got to go read that. I got to go dig into that. There's another one floating around, House Bill 1421, is to allow grazing of cattle on public lands if deemed suitable for grazing. And people are like, oh, this is a gateway to development. I'm like, how is this a gateway to development? This is protecting land using something that provides food. It's stacking conservation practices. At the end of the day, if you go back to Aldo Leopold, a Sand County Almanac, plow, cow, axe, match, gun, those are the conservation practices. There's not building houses, not saying we want to hike here, and I'm not disparaging those things. I'm just saying the conservation tools are the conservation tools. We don't get to change what those are. And if you look at cattle on public lands is not a bad idea. If it's not suitable, they're not going to go put cattle on Egmont Key, because how many cattle could it sustain out there? It'd be a pain to get them out there. It'd be like, it's not, we're just going to open everything up to cattle. But if you got a 5,000 acre tract where you could get graze 500 head, it's going to help clean underbrush. It's going to create disturbance, and disturbance ecology is great for wildlife. Like, it is tremendous for wildlife. Putting that kind of stuff out there is a really good deal. So I don't have any angst about the Farm Bill. I don't have any angst about 1421. I think these are good conservation bills, and I think the pushback that you see on them, this isn't about free speech. This is about ag, not ag.
If you're using land for agriculture, then it's not going to be developed, is what you're saying.
There are like if you have private property rights, you get to determine ultimately what you get to use this land for. If you can use it for ag, timber, hunting leases, cattle, whatever, that's a revenue stream you can put on it. You can stack on it. You can sell easements, etc. The inverse of it is, if you can't do that, if we put such tight parameters around what can and can't happen there, why wouldn't you sell it to a developer and move to Oklahoma or someplace?
Yeah.
Like, this is about protecting land, and the tools that impact land are also the tools that are going to protect land. And people have got to realize that. And this feels very much like a war on agriculture. And someone said, well, agriculture's got to be checked. It is checked, y'all. Like, we got BMPs, we got rules in place. I can't tell you how many things I've seen that make it so hard for someone to stay in cattle ranching, stay in timber, stay in crops. It's hard to do. They're not doing it and getting rich. They're doing it out of a love for the land and generational. I don't see many people signing up to become a strawberry farmer. I don't see many people signing up to become a cattle rancher.
And look at the orange groves. I mean, orange groves are disappearing.
And what do we put in their place?
Development.
Remember this, and I say this all the time, and I didn't come up with it. The final crop will be houses. I don't care what the ag use is. The final crop will be houses if we don't protect agriculture. Is every ag producer perfect? Absolutely not. Neither are we. But at the end of the day, ag's going to be best used for most of the land that we have out there. And putting cattle on public lands is not going to have any impact on people's usage of public lands. You can go to Circle B or Thornhill, I forget the name of it, right there in Winter Haven. It's a public land that you can walk on, and you walk through the cow pasture. Like, I've walked my dog through the cow pasture. It actually made me nervous because my dog doesn't like cows. He's dead now, so he rest in peace. But he didn't like cows at the time, so I was always nervous, like, was there going to be an interaction? But you could walk, there's no fence or anything else. Like, you walked through a gateway and could interact with the cows. And I'm around cows all the time, so it didn't bother me. What I'm saying is those things can coexist, and they're really good practices, and they're really good conservation practices. That's not Travis's opinion. That's Aldo Leopold's opinion. That's the North American Conservation Model's opinion. That's NRCS's opinion. Like, this is pretty standard conservation practice. So I'm happy to see us leaning into some of this stuff. I think conversations around it are good, but I also think some of this is just amping up, and I don't want to apply motives. I don't know why people, and I think asking questions is good. I just think this is pretty clean, simple. This isn't that big a deal.
Interesting. We got Captain William Keene on the line from Crystal River. What's going on, William? How are you?
Hey, Captains, I heard pineapple mentioned earlier in the show. If you like a hot sauce, Rothschild's pineapple habanero sauce is glazed with dynamite. You can order it from Amazon. I put it on everything from steak to salmon to fish.
Googling it right now.
Yeah, pineapple habanero. You've hooked me.
Yeah,
that sounds
like,
great.
go ahead and talk, because neither one of us are listening now. We're both on shopping.
Amazon. That's going in the cart. I like it.
Two bottles at a time, and I just put it on everything. I was kind of curious, Dylan, are they going to be dredging sand around your docks, and what will you be doing while that's going on?
Yeah, so starting February 9th, a 30-year battle is over, 29-year battle. So the first letter was sent on the issue in 1997, and finally, it sounds like February 9th, the project is kicking off. They're going to be removing that sand accretion or buildup right there along the north side of Johns Pass, from basically the private dock all the way to the tip of the North Jetty. And it won't affect our operations because the sand is in a place where our boats are not, and it will only help. So it's going to remove a safety concern. It's going to remove drainage impedance. So the whole south end of Gulf Boulevard doesn't drain when that sand is blocking that gutter, and they spend millions of dollars trying to keep it clear. So it's going to really, really help taxpayers and the burden on safety, the burden on the Public Works Department in the city, because all the city drainage is there, blocked by sand as well. So it's a win-win-win, and very happy we are at the end of this very long road for sure.
Now, will boating be affected in the traveling of the boats through the bridge? And
Nope. It'll all be happening right there on that sand buildup. It's a very small dredge operation. They're not going to be blocking the channel or bridge in any way. And if anything, I think it'll help, because hopefully the ebb jet of Johns Pass will increase once that sand blockage is gone. And if the ebb jet is increased, the outbound tide, that will keep our channel deeper and straighter over time. So hopefully it'll help boating.
Thanks for all your efforts and all that you do. I still think you should run for office of some sort. Thanks for being there, guys. Don't please remember to layer up, and you can always put too many layers on. You got to just pull a layer off. And wear gloves and stay warm and stay safe.
Amen.
Next time, I hope you're saying I'm fish on, and thanks for being there, guys.
Thank you, Captain William. Appreciate it, buddy. As always, thanks for calling in. Always a pleasure to hear from him, and you guys as well. Real Animals, Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio will be right back after this.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just search Reese.
Candidly, I'm kind of excited to watch the weather.
It'll be interesting today.
Yeah, like I may take a nap today at some point so I can be up late.
We're going to have to do some extra storm lines on the boats for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be like 9.5-foot seas. I was concerned about flooding for a minute because it was kind of a west wind. But now it's more of a northwest wind. So that'll help. Yeah, 9. Egmont Key Buoy is calling for 9.5 foot. That's crazy.
That is significant.
That's like hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.5 foot from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight. Dude, Egmont Key Buoy has the water temp at 59 degrees.
Really?
That's pretty
cold. Pretty cold. Don't love that.
Yeah.
I'll talk about it for a second here. Like, if you guys have never read the old Frank Sargent Snook book or Captain Scott Moore's Snook Fishing Secrets, and Scott Moore's all in the Frank Sargent book, but they do deep dives on, and obviously the science has evolved since then too, but they do deep dives on water temp and snook and really good information there.
We're definitely on that dangerous line.
Yeah, but if you're a snook fisherman in Florida, those should be on your bookshelf.
I wonder how long water temps have to be in the mid-50s for it to hurt snook.
Yeah, like what's the...
If it touches that, is that bad, or does it have to stay there for a week?
I don't know. Scott would know. Van probably knows. Like, those guys have seen it, like, for their lifetime. They know the magic.
Well, Dave was saying 54 is where they start to hurt.
Yeah. Is it like, does it hit 53, do they flip belly up, or is it like...
Does it have to stay there?
Yeah, if it hits 53 at 9 o'clock a.m. and then starts to warm back up, do they...
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the prolonged period? Like a hard freeze is what, 28 for 3 hours?
Yeah.
That is a concern, like still the citrus operations we still have. Man, I'm hoping this doesn't. That worries me. The inverse of it is you always get really sweet fruit after
a hard freeze.
Yeah. Man, have you tried those new tangerines? They're like Honey Crunch.
No.
Oh my gosh, bro. They sell them at my farmer's market.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, and they are fire.
Sounds good to me. Real Animals Radio, talking fishing this morning with Captain Travis Thompson from All Florida, myself, Captain Dylan Hubbard from Hubbard's Marina, and we've got Steve from Palm Harbor on the line. What's going on, Steve? How are you?
What's up, Steve?
Good morning. Enjoy the show. You guys are talking about fishing license and requirements. I want to reiterate the Pittman-Robertson Act, which gives the federal dollars that go for excise from the excise tax on sporting goods and hunting and recreation equipment to the states. And it's based on licensed sales.
Right. That is true.
And our 65-year-old and retired fishermen can always buy their own license and get that federal excise tax sent back to Florida.
That's exactly right.
And I think the electronic version of stamp has hurt the popularity of the stamp contest, particularly the federal duck stamp, which you can get electronically. You can get it at a post office. So if you have a newborn and wanted to give them a gift and start stamp collecting, that's a great way to help in conservation and environment.
This is a great call.
Amen to that.
You also get in free to every national wildlife refuge in the country if you have a duck stamp. You get free admission to every national wildlife refuge in the country. Right. And by law, 98% of duck stamps go to conservation.
Wow.
Correct. Absolutely. Hey, enjoy the show. Keep warm. And I'll continue listening.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate the phone call, buddy. Yeah, it's the federal match is definitely important, and that's why FWC is trying to increase license sales. And I get that, and I'm here for that, but we got to go about it in the right way.
If you buy a fishing license, just as a resident, if you buy a fishing license for $18, I think the last time I did the math, you're worth another $18 in federal match.
Yeah.
So you're worth double that.
Yeah.
So your $18 goes to the state for administration of programs. The $18 comes back from. So he mentioned Pittman Robertson. That's the hunting side. Dingle Johnson was the fishing bill, and then those have been changed, and now they're called WSFR. Wildlife and Sport Fish Restoration, WSFR. Those are those funds. We use those all kind of interchangeably. They pay for artificial reefs.
They pay for boat
ramps.
Yeah.
They pay for enforcement. They pay for education programs. Amazing, amazing, amazing program. It's the way conservation is supposed to work. I'm really proud of our legacy of conservation as sportsmen with that. We talked about this a lot back during the Amendment 2 stuff, the right to fish and hunt stuff, because it's so critically important.
Fishing licenses pay for that important stuff.
Yeah, and like he said, if you turn 65, there's nothing precludes you from buying a license, and you get counted then as an angler. And so the apportionment that comes back to the states is based off how many anglers you have, how much available water you have, et cetera. Florida could be a max state if everyone over 65 bought a license. We can max out what our match is back from the feds.
Yeah. More funding for FWC to do more research, do more enforcement. It definitely helps. There's a lot to be said about it. So stay safe, stay warm out there, and hopefully we'll see you on the next OCC event. Remember, every fourth Tuesday of the month. So that means February 24th is our next event, 7 to 9 p.m. Also, don't forget, every second Sunday of the month, we do our live stream show at Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. But keep in mind, the second Sunday of February is Super Bowl Sunday. So we're going to push our live show a week. So for February, the live show will be the third Sunday, February 15th at 7:30 p.m. But every other month, it's the second Sunday. So
love it.
Don't want to compete with the Super Bowl. It's pretty cool.
So you're moving it.
We're moving it.
For the first time in forever.
You had to get one more in, didn't you? I like it.
Snowcast, you guys, pay attention to snow.
It is definitely going to be cold and blustery. The snow possibility or potential starts around 11 o'clock tonight and runs through around tomorrow morning. So if you want to, keep your eyes out for that. Remember, this weather update was brought to you by our friends at Reese Windows and Doors, Florida's leading window and door company with 50 years in business. They offer free installation on most windows and doors, and they install in just 6 weeks. They use only in-house installers, no freelance contractors, and their work comes with a double lifetime warranty, which means you never pay for a warranty when you sell your home, and that warranty transfers to the new owner, adding value to your home. Visit reesewindows.com for more information. Travis, how would someone find you if they wanted to connect, buddy?
At Travis Thompson, at WFLA ARG. Happy birthday to Miss Beth.
Yes, sir. Definitely check us out, hubbardsmarina.com. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, 620 WDAE from 7 to 9 p.m. or 7 to 9 a.m. for Real Animal Sunday. And don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy. Thanks for being a part of our Real Animals family. We'll see you again next week, y'all. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in and hanging out and being a part of our Saturday morning show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully we'll see you again next Saturday for another episode. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, 7 to 9 a.m., 620 WDAE for Real Animals Sunday. And then don't forget, we got February 15th, 7:30 p.m., our live show. February 24th, 7 to 9 p.m., OCC Roadhouse. Hopefully we'll see you for both events. Hopefully we'll see you out in the water inside Johns Pass at Hubbard's Marina as well. And thanks for watching and listening and joining. We'll see you soon.
Floridians toughed it out, huddling under blankets and warming their hands with candles, while some in more rural neighborhoods built fires in their backyards. Since that fateful day, Florida electricity providers have made upgrades to the electrical grid